I was working in Indonesia, so I was deputy head of delegation based in Jakarta. So I was there basically when the tsunami hit. I was stationed there and I had to deal with the immediate aftermath. It was simply the absolutely overwhelming proportion of the disaster. I mean, it was a paramount catastrophe. I will never forget when I first flew by helicopter down the west coast, from Banda Aceh down the west coast. I mean, it was about 250 kilometers of coastline that was gone. I mean, infrastructures didn't exist anymore. You had bridges that ended in the sea. You were wondering where's the rest of the road. I recall that we had villages where there were maybe 15,000 people living and simply 80 remained. This also was something that the international community, I think, in the very beginning didn't understand. In many places around along the west coast, there was nothing remaining. So you could bring in tons and tons of food, you could bring in tons and tons of clothes for home. One of our employees, she had gone on holiday over Christmas to Bali. And at the time of the tsunami, her father was fishing and the rest of the family had gathered at home. So when she came back from Bali, her family had basically disappeared. The only person who was left was she and her father. Seeing this person who was a very joyful person, someone who was taking life as it comes, just crumbling, and at the same time, nevertheless, seeing the sheer destruction and wanting to help others at the same time. I think this was something quite amazing, to see people accepting the fate, nevertheless, and trying to help those who needed help. The best example, most likely, is the PMI, the Indonesian Red Cross. I mean, they did everything they could possibly do to help their own people. Without them, I think it would never have been possible to do as much as we were able to put in place. Oh, it was certainly overwhelming. It was exhausting, but at the same time also very much fulfilling. We were nevertheless able to find families all over the place. We were able to accommodate children in environments that were as close as possible to their next of kin. And if you see this taking place, if you see it happening, and you see that you can make a difference, I think this is extremely fulfilling.